everybody, the Brickologist here today with another throwback LEGO Star Wars set review. I have started a quest to review every single LEGO Jedi Starfighter set ever made, and today's video brings us back to the year 2008 to look at the very first ever LEGO Star Wars The Clone Wars set number 7669, Anakin's Jedi Starfighter. This set used to retail for about $20 US, adjusted for inflation that's pretty close to $30 in today's money. It included 153 pieces, and I unfortunately no longer have the box, but here's a quick view at one set of box art that featured the 2007 early 2008 box art with Darth Vader in the corner, but they actually reissued this set with the iconic 2008 Clone Wars style with the Clone Trooper in the corner. So kind of a fun fact, this set has two different box arts. That's pretty cool. I was able to dig up this instruction manual and it has seen better days for sure, but you can see here I have the Clone Wars style, and there are advertisements at the back for the other winter 2008 sets. I have a review up for the Rogue Shadow on my channel. That is one of the most unique LEGO Star Wars sets of all time. Go check out that video. 153 pieces later, and the set is now complete. Very by the number stuff here. You get the main build and two minifigures. Let's start off with those minifigs. The first minifigure included with this set here is Anakin Skywalker, and this was the LEGO Star Wars' community's introduction to the obviously infamous style of figure they did for the Clone Wars, trying to mimic the animation style of that show slash, or in this case, the movie. And oh my goodness, I hate this style. It has aged horribly, and this minifigure was the inception of it. So for that reason, I kind of hate this minifigure. He's also relatively worthless. He came in a lot of sets. He has no extra detail from behind. Just not a great minifigure overall. The old rendition of LEGO R2-D2 is included with this set here, and I have no idea why back in the day they only printed half of his dome. It makes no sense to me, and it looks so awkward. Now, personally, I do have some nostalgia for this version of LEGO R2. It is my childhood R2 after all, but at the end of the day, this is not a very good looking minifigure objectively. So overall, both the figures in this set are just pretty subpar. Bad minifigures out of the way. Does the vehicle of this set make up for it? Unfortunately, not really. Let's grab a hold of this build and look at the nitty-gritty details. Now, I gotta say, the snout here is one of the weakest designs of the set. These stickers are okay, but it doesn't have nearly as much of a point as it should, and these gaps right here, you can see my big old fingers. Oh goodness, that does not look great. These little guns aren't great either. It's just lacking in detail. The side profile, it doesn't have enough slope going up. Just the shaping here is all wrong. It is not very good. There are flick fire missiles on the underside that don't have any function or anything. You have to push them out yourself. That's not great either. Once we get towards the wing section here, it looks okay. I like this transition. The gaps are minimal. The colorways look decent. That is a printed part right there, which is great to see. It's definitely better than what we had at the front. And then there's a spot to put your R2-D2 minifigure, and trust me, we'll put the astromech droid inside this vehicle here in just a second, but you're probably wondering, why are there orange pieces inside there, and why is there a giant hole where once again you can see my big old fingers poking through? Well, listen here, I'll tell you. You can put your R2 figure inside. You have to kind of line up his legs correctly. And then there's actually a function to eject him, just like it happens in the Star Wars universe. Basically, you push on this blue cone piece back here and watch what happens. You know what? That actually works out pretty well, but it also has a bad side too. Let's say you're swooshing this vehicle around and do a barrel roll. Oh yeah. R2-D2 is gonna fall out every single time. So ultimately, that function is kind of a catch-22. As someone who doesn't play with their LEGO sets anymore, it's not super frustrating, but I did have this set as a kid, and I specifically remember having to pick up my R2-D2 off the floor so many times, and it was incredibly frustrating. And that brings us to the cockpit of the Jedi Starfighter here, which reuses that cockpit piece introduced in 2002 with Obi-Wan's Jedi Starfighter. I love this part. It's extremely nostalgic to me. Now, there's no hinge part to open up the cockpit. You just have to kind of take it off manually here, which is not a huge deal. It does reveal the interior. There is a printed control panel in there, pretty basic, and there's plenty of room to put your Anakin Skywalker minifigure. It's not beautiful by any means, but it does get the job done. As for Anakin's lightsaber, you can put it on the clip on the... Wait a second. There's no clip for his lightsaber. Not at the back, not under the wings. There's nowhere to put it. That is so strange if you ask me. The only solution I've found is sticking it inside the engine here, which is really stupid. Lego, how on earth did you forget to put that here? I feel like every other Jedi Starfighter has this function. This set just doesn't for no apparent reason. Thankfully, it does have retractable landing gear, 3 of them here, which a lot of Lego sets these days don't, which is nice to see. So that is definitely a plus of this design, and R2 fell out once again. Finally, from behind, you have that jet engine piece here, which looks pretty good, but it could have used some exhaust detail. That's kind of a huge miss if you ask me. The fin here with the big sticker looks nice. This design looks pretty smooth. The transition isn't amazing, but for 2008, I think it looks pretty good. So the behind angle is prettier than some of the angles up front. A few weeks ago, I posed the question in the thumbnail for my review of Mace Windu's Jedi Starfighter if that was the worst Jedi Starfighter Lego had ever made. And in the conclusion of said review, I ended up settling on the fact that it was not the worst Lego Jedi Starfighter, and I actually spoiled the answer to the question in the thumbnail for today's video. This one is the worst Jedi Starfighter Lego has ever done, and when I eventually rank all of them in a video later in the future, yeah, this one's gonna be in last place. I apologize for the spoiler alerts to other videos. It's just how I feel about this set. I certainly have some nostalgia attached to this set because of the age I was when this set came out, and obviously it being the first Clone Wars set ever. However, it does not hold up, and a lot of the problems this set has are not things that just look bad in retrospect. They were issues back in 2008. There are a lot of flaws that I've pointed out throughout this video. This is just not a very good build. It's not all bad though. I have one thing to unanimously praise about this set, and that is the price. $20 in 2008 was perfect. The inflation adjusted price of 30 bucks is perfect, and even the aftermarket value used around 35-ish dollars is definitely a relatively good deal. Don't buy this thing new sealed for about 100 bucks. It's not worth that at all. But if you get in good condition as a used set, I'd say go for it if you like what you see here. Good price set, everything else, not really that good. It's the worst Jedi Starfighter of all time, and that's coming from somebody who adores this vehicle. Unfortunately, this set's gonna get a 4 out of 10 from me. But those are just my thoughts. I'd love to hear yours in the comment section down below. Thank you all so much for watching today's Throwback Lego Star Wars set review. I hope to see you guys next time. Peace out, God bless. Bye-bye.